It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Baxbier Brewery in the Netherlands, and it's a can of their Isn't It Good Norwegian Wood. It's a 6.5% ABV Kveik style IPA. Kveik, I think I'm pronouncing it correctly, is a Norwegian style of yeast which is slowly but surely being used by a lot of breweries around the world. Lots of people want to brew with Kveik. Nice bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. Now I think this was sent by Nick in the Netherlands. My apologies if it wasn't sent by Nick, but Nick sent me a load of stuff from the Netherlands, cheese and licorice and loads of different beers, but this is not on there. This beer is not on the list, and I don't think I've had it long. In fact, I know I haven't had it long. But I'm sure he would have wrote it down on the piece of paper. So if it wasn't Nick, if it was Nick, thank you Nick. If it wasn't Nick and I've missed somebody, my sincere apologies. Look at that. Look at the head on that beer. So we got a hazy looking IPA. I've had a look on Untapped because there's a lot of Norwegian on the, I say Norwegian, there's a lot of Dutch on the back of the can, and struggling to find out where the brewery was. So I had a look on Untapped and it said that they were from the Netherlands. Dutch malts. Right, let's just get into it. 6.5% ABV, 330 milliliter can. We got a 3-finger white head, hazy looking beer. Looks really good. Hazy kind of amber, orange, straw coloured. You know where I'm going with that. Orange, hazy orange coloured beer. Let's get the aroma. Oh, that smells really hoppy. Really, really hoppy, but at the same time, kind of farmhousey at the same time. Funky. But that Kveik yeast is a funky farmhouse style wild yeast. But it's very tropical. It's like real kind of, it's like someone squeezed an orange and a grapefruit in here. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Really tropical. Really, really tropical. But at the same time, there's this, it's not like Belgian funkiness or German funkiness from the yeast. It's got a little bit of its own personality. It's like a lighter version of a Belgian yeast strain. It's almost like pushing kind of saison ways. In that they've piled this full of, they really dry hop this. They really dry hop this beer. Really juicy, really lovely and juicy. But at the same time, that yeast is just a slow tickle of farmhouse funkiness, just lingering around in the background. It's not shouting in your ear. It's not in your face, you know, hey, look at me. It's like the guy in the corner minding his own business, reading his newspaper. And, you know, he's there, he's in the room, but he's not like, hey, hey, here's me. That's what the hops are doing. The hops are going, hey, 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 you know, look at me. But the yeast is, it's funky. It's farmhouse funky, but it's just lingering in the background. I enjoy it. It's nice. Lots of people have been raving about this kind of Kveik yeast to me. And I can see why. I can see why, because it's a wonderfully balanced beer. From the sweetness to the touch of bitterness on the back end. There's not much of that. There's a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of bitterness. But it's all, the battle of the balance involves the hops and the yeast. The hops win out. Definitely win out. But yeah, that yeast is just there just to maybe give you a little tickle on the back of your neck, just to make sure that, you know, the yeast knows you're there, or just letting the yeast is letting you know that they're there. Hop flavors. It's really tropical, like passion fruit, mango, citrus. Touch of orange peel in there, but it's beautiful. This is a really good example of beer. I'm really happy with this beer, really happy. Baxbier Brewery. I don't know what the rest says underneath, but it's called Isn't It Good Norwegian Wood. Right, let's give it a read. Baxbier, Shun Blue and Lobik Brewery once had a girl, but when they awoke, they were alone. So they joined forces to brew this Alpine Lowlands Hoppy Kveik Saison-ish farmhouse ale. This experimental beer contains loads of fresh Slovenian hops, fragrant herbs and flowers from Switzerland. Wow. And a variety of ancient Dutch malts, and is fermented with a clean Norwegian Kveik yeast. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. That it is fantastic. Right, what have we got? Hops are Styrian, Golding, Wolf, Fox, Cardinal and Dragon. Herbs and flowers, Vervine, Hislop, Mugwort, Wormwood, Rain the Press, Heather and Alchemila. And yeast, Norwegian Kveik yeast. So is it? I mean, I don't read the back of the can before the review, only because I don't want to kind of ruin the review. But I was saying earlier on in the reviews, I'm not sure if anybody's caught me on this, but I was saying it was all Dutch to me, literally all Dutch to me. But what I meant was it's in English, but it doesn't say where the brewery's from, so I've had to go on and tap for that reason. Right, is it floral, herby and spicy? Yeah, now that I've read the back of the can, yeah, it's definitely kind of like that kind of floral, flowery flavours going on. But it's a beautiful beer, beautiful beer. Stone the Crow's beer, it really is. One of the best beers I've ever had from the Netherlands. I'm going to give that Stone the Crow's 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!